Hello, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, and welcome to your reading. So, Scorpio, today we're going to go over your energy as well as your person's energy. We're going to see how the both of you are currently viewing this relationship and how you guys feel about it and what actions you guys plan on taking each other's direction and are moving forward. So, with all that being said, Scorpio, let's get started. That was quick. So, we do have past life relationship. You have known each other before. Past life relationship is very similar to like the Six of Cups in tarot. So, you could be dealing with another Scorpio. Doesn't necessarily have to be the case, but the Six of Cups could definitely represent like a reminiscing energy. So there could very well be somebody who's thinking about you excessively, or maybe you're thinking about someone from your past excessively. Of course, the Six of Cups can definitely represent a very strong and intense soul-type connection between two people who could have shared many past lives with one another. But ultimately, we'll see why you're getting this card, Scorpio, and how it resonates with your reading for today. But we are going to focus on you first, then we'll jump over to your person and their energy. Just keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. All right. How does Scorpio currently view this relationship? All right, Scorpio. So we do have the Ace of Swords. We do have the Ten of Swords. And then we also have the Page of Swords. Okay. In regards to how you're currently viewing this relationship, I feel like for a while, Scorpio, you've known that something in particular just simply wasn't going to work out. And I feel like whatever this thing was that you knew wasn't necessarily going to work out, it was something that you were very emotionally attached to. It was something that you really wanted to essentially work out in the end, is basically what I'm getting. So this could be referring to a job. This could be referring to a marriage, possibly a relationship, maybe even like a situationship that you had with someone. But regardless of what, this applies to, you and your particular situation, Scorpio, we do see you kind of moving into a place of acceptance when it comes down to whatever this thing was that you just knew from the start, it just simply wasn't going to work out. So you're finally moving into a place of acceptance. You're no longer fighting this truth anymore, is basically what I'm getting. Okay. How does this person currently view this relationship? Okay. With Scorpio. So we do have the Two of Swords, we do have the Eight of Wands, and then we also have the Judgment card out here. Okay. It looks like you're making a really big decision as you're moving into a place of acceptance when it comes down to whatever this thing is that you knew from the start simply wasn't going to work out. It looks like you're making a really big decision in the process of it all. So if this has anything to do with like a job, a marriage, maybe even a relationship or a situationship, you could very well be moving into a place of acceptance, yes, but also, removing yourself from whatever this thing is that you knew from the start just simply wasn't going to work out in the end. And the main reason why I feel like you're making a really big decision is because this person is being affected by this decision that you're choosing to essentially make on your behalf. They did not see this coming, especially with the Eight of Wands to the Two of Swords. Like, they did not see this coming. They did not anticipate or expect for you to just randomly quit. This person didn't, anticipate or expect for you to put your 2 weeks notice in if this has anything to do with the job. Or this person didn't expect you to, give them the divorce papers or break up with them. Like, they just did not anticipate or expect all of this from you. They're being caught off guard by this decision that you're choosing to essentially make on your behalf. Okay. How does this person feel? Let's see. We have the Hierophant. We also have the Five of Pentacles, and then we also have the King of Wands. When we were looking into your energy over here, you did have the High Priestess at the bottom of the deck. So you and this person could very well be married to one another, because the High Priestess to the Hierophant, this basically represents a married couple. So yeah, for some of you, you could totally be married to this person. That's definitely, a possibility. Or this could just be somebody that you're in a committed relationship with or shared a very strong and intense spiritual connection with. But in regards to how this person, in regards to how this person's currently feeling, This is one of those situations, Scorpio, where it's like what's going to make you happy is not going to make this individual happy. And what's going to make this individual happy is not going to essentially make you happy. It kind of looks like this person doesn't want you to walk away from whatever it is that, you know, you guys once upon a time had with one another is basically what I'm getting. So this is like you deciding to like leave a job, for example. You know, I do feel like there's going to be somebody within the company that's going to try to get you to stay, you know, with the company is basically what I'm getting. But if this has anything to do with somebody that you were romantically involved with, Scorpio, I think this person's going to fight to keep you to essentially stay, you know, in their life. And I think this person's going to, you know, fight to remain a part of yours is basically what I'm getting. They're not ready. This person's not ready to walk away from you and, you know, what they once upon a time had with you. Again, what's going to make them happy is not going to make you happy. And what's going to make you happy is not going to make this person happy. Tell me more about the Five of Pentacles. Oh, man. Yeah, this person, no. This person is not ready to walk away from you and what they share with you. And they're definitely not ready, you know, to say goodbye to you is basically what I'm getting. You know, this person basically looks at you like, you know, you're their everything. And they honestly don't know what the hell they're going to do, you know, without you, you know, in this individual's life, is basically what I'm getting. You know, I just kind of feel like you are somebody who's very important, you know what I mean, to this individual. I think that you are somebody who means a great deal to them. So to lose you, they know it's going to suck. They know it's going to hurt, and they know that it's going to be a massive adjustment, you know, for them to, you know, face life, you know, without you in it. I think that this person is just so used to like having you around, you know what I mean? So to not have you around or in their life anymore, I mean, that's a tough pill, I would say, for this person to swallow, for sure, without a shadow of a doubt. But let's look at you and your energy. How does Scorpio feel? Okay. We have the Three of Wands, we have the Chariot, and then we also have the Knight of Wands. Okay. In regards to how you're currently feeling, you know, no matter if this person begs, you know, you to stay and not leave them, it kind of looks like you're very determined, I would say, to see this ending through. So at this point, it doesn't really look like it matters, you know, what this person tells you, what this person does on their behalf to try to, you know, keep you a part of their life and to continue to remain a part of yours. It just, unfortunately for them, it just kind of looks like you're just very determined to, you know, see this ending through and get up and move on with your life and never revisit this connection between you and this person ever again. I think that it's safe to say that you've already checked out emotionally from the connection. I also think that this is where you're starting to kind of check out mentally from, you know, whatever it is that you once upon a time had with this person. Now we basically see you leaving physically from the relationship. Okay. What actions will this person take towards Scorpio or moving forward? We have the King of Pentacles. We have the Ten of Cups. Okay, so this to me feels like an energy of desperation coming from this person. It's like this person is like willing to do, honestly, like whatever it takes to prevent a tower moment here from occurring, you know, between the two of you. But like I said, it does kind of feel like they're falling into like a massive state of desperation. You know, it's fascinating, and I'm just gonna have to call them out on this because it's in my face. How can I not? You know what I mean? And I'm just being honest and transparent here. You know, that's just how I am. The fact that this person goes from a King of Wands to a King of Pentacles, I'm just going to have to call them out on this, okay? It's like this person, when they were with you in this dynamic that they share with you, they didn't really bother to put forth the effort to do what they have to do on their end to make the relationship between the two of you work. It's like this person was like, you know, constantly, you know, giving you the bare minimum. They really weren't putting forth, you know, the effort that we see them, you know, doing over here now that it's over and done with between the two of you. This to me kind of feels like a complete 180 coming from this person. It's like they go from, giving you the bare minimum, not really putting that much effort towards, trying to keep this relationship between the two of you intact and afloat. And now it just kind of looks like they're willing to go all out just to keep you in their life, just to avoid a tower moment. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I mean, even though I think it's great that they're putting forth the effort towards, this dynamic that the two of you share with one another, and they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this relationship work, I'm going to be very, very honest with you when I say this. I've never seen a King of Wands turn into a King of Pentacles like that. So that's basically telling me that this version of them that you're basically experiencing towards the very end, where they're falling into this energy of them being basically willing to do whatever it takes to make this dynamic between the two of you work, is a front. It's just, them putting on a show for you just to, again, keep you in their life, because it's remotely impossible for an individual to go from being a King of Wands like energy to a full-blown King of Pentacles. It's remotely impossible. It takes years for a King of Wands to turn into a King of Pentacles like energy. And we basically see this person jumping from a King of Wands like energy to a King of Pentacles like energy, and basically in a blink of an eye. And that is, it's remotely impossible. It is remotely impossible. And the thing with the King of Wands is the King of Wands can portray him or herself to be whatever it is that they think that person that they're dealing with wants them to essentially be. And that's basically what this person's doing. It's like they're portraying themselves to be, one way, when in all actuality, deep down inside, they're not really like that, So then there's that. It's just something to just basically be aware of, Scorpio, that when it is all said and done and you decide to leave the relationship physically, yeah, this person is going to magically become the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. And, they're going to start putting forth the time, energy, and effort towards doing whatever it takes to make you happy and keep this relationship between the two of you intact and afloat. Something that they clearly were not doing when they had you in their life. And like I said, it depends, because it depends, right? Because let's just say that it plays out this way, which I don't see it playing out this way between you and this person. But let's just say that, hypothetically speaking, right? Y'all break up and y'all go years, not like a few days or a few months, years, without speaking to one another and or seeing one another. And then they come back around your way. And they start showing you a version of themselves that you haven't necessarily got to, experience, let alone have. Different story, but I don't see it actually playing out that way. What I actually see happening, is them just turning into a full-blown King of Pentacles in a blink of a freaking eye. And it's remotely impossible. It is remotely impossible. If this person and you went years without seeing one another, speaking to one another, and then they were to resurface back up here for you, yeah, I could see it being possible that they're a King of Pentacles like energy then, but I don't even see that happening here between the two of you. I just see this person instantly becoming, I guess, the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, but they're just putting on a front, you know what I mean? Just to like keep you in their life. This is not their true and authentic self. Anyways. So we have the Seven of Pentacles, we do have the Star, and then we also have the Seven of Cups out here. Okay, so in regards to how you plan on moving forward, the Star is all about following, your true north, being on the path that basically Spirit wants you on. Just know that you're making the right decision by walking away from this relationship that you once upon a time had. With this person. What's interesting too is that I feel like the universe is sending you like a lot of signs in the process of it all, just to like, confirm to you, right, that you are making the right decision. And for some of you, Spirit could totally be doing this. The universe could totally be doing this because you might find yourself questioning yourself along the way on whether or not you made the right decision by getting up and walking away from this person. But I think that the universe as well as Spirit is going to send you a boatload of signs that you did make the right decision here by walking away from this person, whatever it is that you once upon a time had with them. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out here, I am definitely getting an energy of freedom with this Seven of Pentacles energy. So you might find yourself feeling 10 times lighter now that this person's not in your life. I am getting that. But I'm getting also too like a lot of growth and a lot of expansion. I am definitely getting that, as well. But I'm also getting like an energy of you getting back to like focusing on, what's important, right? Whether that be spending time with your family, focusing on your education, your career, your business, if you have one, the life that you've always wanted to manifest and create for yourself, which I feel like this relationship, to be honest, could have been, distracting you from what truly matters, right? Because whatever this thing is that truly matters to you, it's something that is going to pour back into you. It's something that's going to benefit you in some way, shape, or form, whether that be your education, your career, your business, if you have one. And like I said, it could have a lot to do with you just simply spending time with like family. Maybe when you got with this one over here, you stopped spending time with your family members and your friends and the people that you care about and the people that care about you. You see what I mean? I just feel like your relationship with this individual kind of distract you from things that are truly important to you and things that truly do matter. You know what I mean? To you is basically what I'm getting. Now, the bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Swords. We do have the Lovers. We also have the Seven of Swords. We have the Moon. Then we also have the Three of Swords. So this is basically them. That's the problem with the King of Wands, That's the problem with the King of Wands, man. The King of Wands, unfortunately, right? Unfortunately, the King of Wands doesn't really learn how to value or appreciate a good thing until they actually lose access to it. You see what I mean? So throughout their entire relationship with you, it just kind of looks like this person didn't really value or appreciate you and all that you do for them and all that you basically bring to the table. And now that this person is basically facing life, you know what I mean, without you in it, it's putting a lot of things into perspective for them. It's causing this person to, be really, really hard on themselves. I am definitely getting that. This to me kind of feels like the epitome of somebody beating themselves up. For not appreciating you or valuing you when, they had you, in their life. But a King of Wands, they're like that, unfortunately. They don't really learn how to value and appreciate a good thing until they lose it. That's just kind of what they're known for. A King of Pentacles, however, it's like the polar opposite of a King of Wands like energy. A King of Pentacles doesn't have to lose a good thing to realize, oh shit, I had a good thing. A King of Wands, however, they have to lose a good thing to realize, oh shit, I had a good thing. And that's what I'm saying, like, I'm not saying that this person will never become a King of Pentacles like energy. I'm just saying it takes a lot of years to get there from a King of Wands status. It takes a very, very long time for a King of Wands to reach a King of Pentacles like energy. It just does, you know what I mean? It just does. It just does. So if you're walking out of this person's life and they're coming back around your way the very next day talking about, I'm a King of Pentacles right now, I'm a King of Pentacles now, they're not. They're lying to you. It's remotely impossible. It is remotely impossible. It's remotely impossible. But look, here's how I kind of see this playing out, okay? I do see this person coming back around your way. I am definitely getting like an energy of them being extremely emotional. I am getting that. I'm also getting like an energy of them like begging, for you back. Like I said, they're just hitting a state of desperation at this point. Like this person just desperately wants you back. They just don't want to lose you. With the Seven of Swords to the Moon, this person knows that they've done a lot of things to let you down. They've done a lot of things to hurt you. They've done a lot of things to disappoint you. And it looks like this person does, have a lot of regret over the things that this person has essentially put you through. They just want you to give them a chance to show you that they're willing to do whatever it takes to make this relationship work between the two of you. Now, here's what I will tell you if you are considering taking this person back. Just keep in mind that, I don't stand any, I don't stand to gain anything when it comes down to you specifically, right? Or lose anything when it comes down to you. Them, on the other hand, they do, right? So I'm just being honest with you, right? Is there a possibility that this person could very well change and become the man or the woman that you need them to be? Absolutely. But I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to take years. Now, this one over here might sit there and tell you, oh yeah, like I'm going to change by tomorrow. I promise. No. This person might change one or two things about them, but it takes years to become a King of Pentacles. Considering the fact that they're a King of Wands right now, it's going to take this person years. And as you're on this journey towards, them becoming the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams, I'm going to be real with you. There's going to be times where they're going to let you down again. There's going to be times where they're going to disappoint you again. It's going to happen. It's going to happen because at the end of the day, what you want is a King of Pentacles like energy, and they're not that. So until they reach that point, yeah, there's going to be times where you're going to get hurt. There's going to be times where you're going to get disappointed. There's going to be times where this person's going to turn around and make a poor ass decision and you're suffering because of that. Like, yeah, like those things are going to happen. Now, they're not going to sit there and tell you all of that because, again, it doesn't benefit them to sit there and tell you all of that. They know that it is remotely impossible to be the man of your dreams or the woman of your dreams. It takes years to get to where you want them to essentially be at. So that's my thing. It's like they're when they try to come back around your way and beg for you back, they're going to say things to you in hopes, you know what I mean, that it'll influence you to take them back. You know what I mean? But again, I don't stand anything to like, you know, gain or lose when it comes down to you. So that's why I'm being very honest and very transparent when it comes down to like you and the predicament that you find yourself in with this individual. Them, on the other hand, they stand everything to essentially lose if they basically lose you. So if they have to talk a good game, you know what I mean, to get you back, yo, that's just what this person's going to do. That's just what this person's going to do. That is just what this person's going to do. You know what I mean? Because they stand to, yes, gain a lot when it comes down to you, but they also stand to lose a lot when it comes down to you. You see what I mean? So it's different. You know what I mean? They're going to tell you whatever it is that they're going to tell you and do whatever it is that they got to do to essentially get you back. So if you do take this person back, what more than likely is going to happen is this. Maybe for the first month or two, this person's going to find themselves walking a very, very fine line, doing whatever you say, showing up in the ways that you need them to show up. Once this person feels like they got you right where they want you all over again, and it's safe for them to go right back to, you know, being themselves all over again, which is the very person you don't want to continue to deal with, that's exactly what this person's going to do. So, like I said, you got the star out here. The star's all about following your true north, being on the path that spirit basically wants you on. You're heading in the right direction. Now, if you allow this person to influence you to get off the path that you're currently on, which is the path that you're supposed to be on, just know that this is what you can anticipate / expect from this person. Them walking a fine line for like a month or two, and once they feel like it's safe for them to resort right back to who they truly are at their core, which is the very person you don't like, let alone want to deal with, this is why you got up and walked away from this person, then okay, you know what I mean? But don't let this person, you know what I mean? Like, don't let this person, like, talk a good game to you. You know what I mean? Because they're just, again, they stand a lot to lose in losing you. They do. They stand a whole lot to lose in losing you. And they also stand, you know, they also, you know, they also obviously have the potential to gain a whole lot and continuing to have access to you and continue to have you a part of their life. You see what I mean? And that's what they want, right? Is to continue to have access to you, is to continue to have you a part of their life and then be a part of yours, because they stand a whole lot to gain in having you in their life. But not having you, yeah, they stand a whole lot to fucking lose. You know what I mean? And they're not trying to lose you, because losing you means... it is like the equivalent of them essentially feeling like they would literally be losing everything. You know what I mean? So then there's that. All right. But yeah, that's what I have for you, my friend. Hopefully the reading helped. Hopefully it resonated. And I will see you guys in your next reading. Bye.